The International Ice Hockey Federation reminds all fans that it is obligatory to wear a face mask that covers both the nose and mouth while inside and outside the arena within the arena gates, and that gatherings and concourse are strictly prohibited. All fans must stay clear aside a seat except for when using the washroom. Thank you.
it, ready?
Hello, I am. Come on, Andy. Baby. On the stage.
So one big last night, boys. Come on.
Playing with 2 sticks tonight, Matthew.
Better on the face off.
Yeah.
Playing with 2. Needs a stiffer, so we...
Licensed and assigned by the International Ice Hockey Federation. The referees are Martin Frano and Robin Sick. Leading linesmen are Daniel Hinek and Jiří Ondraček. The starting 6 line up for Team Great Britain.
Corey Nielsen and Adam Keefe are the coaches of the Great Britain squad. That is Corey Nielsen there. Has liked what he's seen from his team for the most part. Coming off a couple of days off, they should have some jump to their game. There's Liam Kirk, who leads this World Championship in goal scoring. Maybe a bit of a surprise there, but he has had a good tournament for Great Britain as they will close this out today, and they will get set to take on Switzerland. And Switzerland still with a chance to finish up top. There's Rafael Diaz, the captain of the Switzerland squad. 12 points for Switzerland. Red O'Bara will get the start. Very good numbers here in this championship. And for Red O'Bara, 76 NHL games played on his resume. And Ben Bounds has been terrific for Great Britain, and he will start today his 8th World Championship, and he plays in Austria during the season. Tristan Sherway and Switzerland getting set to do battle here. It is a complete Czech Republic officiating crew. Martin Frano of the Czech Republic, Robin Sir, and the linesmen are Daniel Hynek and Jim Ondraček. And this one is underway. Great Britain and Switzerland. This will wrap up the championship for Great Britain. And there's a turnover by Rafael Diaz. In on the attack to the high slot for Liam Kirk, and he couldn't get a shot away. Patrick Fisher talked about playing the right way today, and not a good start. Another turnover as Rafael Diaz has had a tough opening shift here. Played around the boards for Mirko Mueller back in the lineup after missing the last 3. And an icing call here. You can see Rafael Diaz in behind the play having a conversation with himself.
Well, the 2 tournament goal leaders on your screen, Gregory Hoffman, who's been the most impressive Swiss skater, he can certainly fly. And Liam Kirk has scored some really nice goals with his shot. And typically in an icing situation for Rafi Diaz, he'd love to get off the ice, but he's stuck out there, and it's going to be simple with the puck now, get it off the glass and then change up. That was a really tough start for him with the 2 giveaways.
28-year-old Gregory Hoffman was a Carolina draft pick. We talked about this the other day. His rights have been traded to Columbus. He will be going to Columbus's training camp. And an opportunity there for him to find a spot in the NHL.
He has NHL speed, that's for sure. And it's a matter of can he play when it gets real tight with checking and the smaller rink. He's a smart player.
In across for Hoffman. He'll carry it wide, tosses it into the slot, ends up back at the line. Siegenthaler plays it to the side of the net, looking for the stick of Hoffman for a redirect. Back for Siegenthaler, back for Hoffman. Rebound on the doorstep for Ambiol, and he couldn't stuff it. Hoffman back inside the line, turns to the forehand and sends it deep. Andrus Ambiol tried to pop that loose as he was looking for Enzo Corvi. Corvi 56.9% in the faceoff department for Switzerland coming into this game. Nico Hischier at 65%, which is third best in this World Championship, and Nico Hischier has taken 80 faceoffs. He has won 52 of them, and Hischier is out there now. Take it in behind the net for Kurashev. He'll play it on for Hischier. Herzog, the other member of that line for Switzerland. Earhart will break it up, gives away to Kurashev. Kurashev circles, looks for some help. Kurashev will pitch it off as there is a defensive change for Switzerland. Alatalo will play this back into his own end for Rafael Diaz.
Switzerland missed a couple of passes, not quite as sharp as I think their coach has wanted them to be.
Timo Meier lost his footing at center ice and went down. Gets it back for Sven Andrighetto, on for Diaz and on for Alatalo. He'll play it through. This will get deflected in on the far side by Joel Furman. And now right back up the ice through center. This gets lifted in. This turned aside as Samuel Duggan played it deep. Comes off the corner boards. And Jonas Siegenthaler will skate away from Duggan, play it on for Andrighetto. Andrighetto in for Timo Meier, and he flipped it wide. Siegenthaler plays it back in behind the net. Berman trying to get it out front. Pass got intercepted and grabbed off by Connolly, and he'll play it, or O'Connor, and he'll play it back in behind his own net. Great for David Phillips.
Great Britain doing a very good job of keeping their shifts very short. Here's a giveaway.
Sherway at the side of the net, and he tried to jam that into the short side and bounds with the left pad down. Reto Berra plays it around the boards. Raymond Peary has Canada off and running against Finland. 1-0 there. Played out through center. Richardson breaks it up. Richardson in for Liam Kirk. Kirk forced to the outside. Plays it in behind the net. Hammond lost control of it. And Janis Moser will send it on and out through center. And Noah Rod will feed it through for Berchi. Berchi couldn't get anywhere. And it's flipped right back up. Odd man rush. Hammond gets it down low. Backhand try for Connolly. And a big stop there for Reto Berra.
Turnover in the neutral zone, and Great Britain is off the other way. Nice pass through Alatalo, the defenseman, and then to the backhand for Connolly. Alatalo reaches in with the toe of the stick, and Reto Berra is able to make that save. Here's the giveaway. Sherway, though, can't collect it. Tries to get it from his skate to his stick. But Great Britain has been on point here the first few minutes of this hockey game.
Canada in a win-and-you're-in situation in its game against Finland. Robert Dowd takes it into the slot, knocked off of his stick. Ben Lake couldn't trap it in the corner. And cleared up by Lofel, on for Hoffman. Hoffman tried to pitch that to the front of the net, does. Ambiol catches up to it, in a little too tight to get a shot away. Hoffman on the backhand, and bounce comes across. Makes the save, rebound, played out to the front, kicked away by O'Connor. And Lake will take it on the far side boards. He gets wrapped up there with Enzo Corvi. Corvi gets dumped on the play, Hoffman to the front of the net. And now play gets whistled down, and the first power play of the game will go to Switzerland.
Switzerland's best line, turning the heat up. Corvi is able to battle for it, get it as this tripping call is going to go to Ben O'Connor. Try to get it to the front of the net, but a shift like that from their top line brings the energy level up for the Swiss. Now their vaunted power play will get an opportunity.
9 power play goals, #1 in this World Championship. For Switzerland, 26 opportunities now. That is #1 in the World Championship. And the power play sits at 36% coming into this final game of the preliminary round for both these teams. Corvi Plays it down for Nico Hischier. Hischier spins away from Phillips and came to the open side. And now picked up, and Lakowitz will send it on for Betteridge. Betteridge, the long wrister, off the right pad of Reto Berra. And it'll redirect all the way out to the blue line. And now Matthew Myers brings it back in.
Yeah, he thought his teammate had cleared. Here's a nice little bump pass out front. Hischier escapes the oncoming defenseman. Khrushchev tries to push it past the blocker. Hischier had 9 points in the 2019 version of the World Championship. 4 goals and 5 helpers then.
Number 1 overall in the 2017 NHL entry draft. CHL Rookie of the Year back in 2017. Lofel sends this around. Hischier waits for it. Earhart gives Hischier a bump and knocked him down. There is some size on this Great Britain defense. Earhart at 6'4". Back it comes at the line. Alatello plays give and go with Lofel. Cross it goes for Corby to the front of the net. Intercepted, and this will get cleared down the ice. Swindlehurst is 6'4", 207. Tetlow is 6'6", 227. Phillips is 6'3", 194. Controlled at the line by Hoffman. On for Rafael Diaz. Diaz being watched by Ben Lake. On for Andrighetto. Wrist shot, that got blocked. As Dave Phillips got in front of it. Comes back to the line, and an attempted clear goes off the stick and ends up in the Great Britain bench.
Look at Brett Berlini. He's an important part of this Great Britain team and moving forward when they look towards next year's World Championship. They're going to take the experiences from this one here. 9 goals for in the 2019 championship. They wanted to improve upon that, and they have. No power play goals in the 2019 championship. They wanted to get a couple here. They've done that for Great Britain. So those improvements are what they're going to carry forward, not only through this game, but for next year's World Championship as well.
And a tough year for them. They did not have any league play. They played a mini-series to try and get some hockey in. And a number of those players are in this tournament for Great Britain. Some of them play elsewhere and did get a full season in. Andrighetto's cross-ice pass deflected away, and this will come out at center. And that will do it for the power play as O'Connor is on his feet. Out of the penalty box, 1 shot on that power play for Switzerland. Clements plays it up at center. O'Connor plays it near side for Connolly. Back for O'Connor, and that went off the leg of Gregory Hoffman. Changed directions and misses glove side. Back up for Timo Meier. Meier chases this to the short side, takes a chop at it. As Sven Berchi put it to the front of the net, or Christoph Berchi put it to the front of the net. Cleared back out at center. Liam Kirk overskated it. Here comes Noah Rod. Rod to the middle of the ice and off the right pad of bounds. Rod stays with it in the corner, gets some help from Berchi. Back to the line it goes for Mirko Mueller. Mueller through some traffic, redirect, couple of saves by Bounds. In fact, he may have had a third in there. Siegenthaler jams it in behind the net for Noah Rod. Rod got tied up with Big Swindlehurst. The puck pops loose for Liam Kirk. On at center for Hammond. Hammond stripped of the puck by Janis Mosier. And Berchi will put it back into the Great Britain zone. Mosier is in from the line, holds it in against Hammond. Mosier chases this all the way to the far side boards, and he got tied up there, and that allows Hammond to play it back into his own end for Richardson. Richardson leads Great Britain in average per game ice time at 21 minutes and 47 seconds. Coming into this game this afternoon, early afternoon here in Riga. Roman Untersander will play it on for Mosier. Through for Nico Hischier. Hischier trying to split the defense. Ross Venus took him down. Puck controlled out of the corner. Drop back for Alatello. Alatello on for Sven Andrighetto. This comes back at the blue line, or rather for Matet. Gets it back to the blue line. Shot to the short side. Herzog is after it. Knocks it free for Alatello. Back for Herzog. Herzog gets wrapped up in the corner by Tetlow. And it's jammed up to the line. Alatello trying to hold the line, can't. And Duggan will skate it out, all by his lone as Great Britain was changing.
That power play for the Swiss has charged their batteries. And they're playing more in the offensive zone because you can't beat the goaltender.
Timo Meier will play this back at the line. Rafael Diaz wrapped it wide. Comes back to the left point for Mirko Mueller. He'll take the return pass from Andrighetto and send it down low. Wraparound try at the side by Timo Meier. Ends up on the near side boards for Rafael Diaz. Diaz will leave for Andrighetto. Andrighetto gets tied up there with Lake. Plays it back for Diaz. Diaz slap shot. Blockered away by Ben Bounds. Andrighetto trying to work it out of the corner, does. Sven Andrighetto stays on it. Pulls up, lets the shot go, save. Rebound, traffic in front. Timo Meier trying to drive that one through. And Great Britain will clear to relieve the pressure.
More direct from their captain, Diaz, when he was at the point, getting through to the net, and then battle in the corners to get the puck back to the front of the net. Keep shooting the puck for Switzerland.
Enzo Corvi will carry it in for Switzerland. Corvi off the near side, goes cross ice for Gregory Hoffman, scores. Gregory Hoffman gets his 6th of the World Championship and sits alone on top of the goal scoring as Switzerland gets the opening marker.
Shaky start for Switzerland from the opening shift, but they got better. And with the help of a power play, get their feet moving. There's a nice pass from Corvi. And this befuddles the goaltender, Van Bounds. Corvi is going to fake the shot, get it across. Hoffman's going to take it off his skate. But a quick release just under and off the glove of the goaltender. And Switzerland opens the scoring.
Corvi will pick up the only assist that comes at 10:31 of the opening frame. And Switzerland off and running. Switzerland coming off the 6-0 win over Belarus. Slower start in that game than what they wanted. And once they cranked it up, they were too much for Belarus to handle. Czech Republic, Slovakia, our second game here, 4:15 local time start. And then Russia and Belarus will wrap it up tonight, 8:15 local time start here in Riga. Corvi turns it over. Here comes Kirk, looking to the far side, scores! Liam Kirk, so the goal-scoring lead for Gregory Hoffman didn't last that long.
Seen this throughout the tournament from Liam Kirk. Give him some room, a lane with some speed, and he has a hard, accurate shot. Puck is bouncing in the neutral zone. Corvi, another giveaway. And this shot comes off quickly past the blocker arm of Reto Vera. Surprised him. That's a nice shot to the low blocker far side from Kirk. He doesn't take it all the way back to shoot. He's able to shoot it off the inside of his left foot and push it past the goalie to tie the score.
6th of the tournament for him, just as it was the 6th of the tournament for Gregory Hoffman. So within this game, those two will have their own little game going. Swindlehurst back into his own end. He'll play it around. Hops away from Noah Rod. Back to the line it comes for Untersander. On for Mosier. High slot for Sherway. Glove save, Bounds. And he'll hang on to it. Goals 37 seconds apart. 1-1 here in the first.
International Baseball Federation reminds all fans that it is open to wear a face mask
Coach Corey Nielsen, in conversation with Claire Hanna before the game, talked about exactly what you talked about, Dave, the release of Liam Kirk, of how it's deceptive and fools a lot of goaltenders, and he's racked up some goals here in this tournament.
The way that he shoots and approaches his shot reminds me a little bit of Nicholas Jensen for Denmark, where they don't really drag the puck way back. There's going to be a penalty on the play here. They keep it close to their body and just use that torque from the stick. It's hard to read for a goaltender. Mueller back in the lineup after missing 3 games. A hit in the neutral zone will put him in the penalty box. So Liam Kirk opening all sorts of eyes, and you wonder if the Arizona Coyotes are going to take a second look at Liam Kirk, who they drafted back in 2018. It's a 2-minute boarding call with a 10-minute misconduct tacked on.
Yeah.
This might be another one that was called by the Great Britain
There's no
bench.
other choice.
So Gregory Hoffman will come in to serve the minor penalty. Hammond and Berchi in the face-off department. Berchi at 56.7% coming into this game on 81 face-offs taken. Connolly as the Great Britain power play, 2 for 12 here in this tournament. Switzerland's penalty killing sitting at 73.3%. This is the 16th time in this tournament that Switzerland has been shorthanded. They have taken some penalties. Ben Bounds plays this around for Connolly. Trying to get a stick on that to intercept was Joel Vermin, but it comes out at center, and Liam Kirk. That's as far as he gets against the checking of Herzog. And now Herzog will make his way back to the bench, and Noah Rod will come out on the penalty kill, along with Andrus Ambule. World Championship game 113 for him, #1 active and #2 overall. And Ambule plays this down the boards, goes after it, tried to slide that across for Noah Rod. Rod was in behind everybody, but the pass never got through.
Ambule's such an intelligent player. He can really skate. He's so shifty on his edges.
In across the line. Connolly will bank this back for Dowd. Dowd for O'Connor and back for Robert Dowd. He'll leave it for Brendan Connolly. Pitches a backhander that was a little bit too hard for O'Connor to handle, but he did a good job getting it across to Dowd. But now the puck is grabbed off by young Janis Mosier, and he'll send it all the way down the ice. In across for Matthew Myers. Myers will leave for Dowd, back for Myers. Myers sends it on for O'Connor through some traffic, deflected. Dowd goes after it. Earhart jumps in from the line. Power play is over. And Hoffman's going to try and get a 2-on-1 going here. In comes Corby, and big save by Bounds.
Corby at the last moment tried to quick stick handle and back to the forehand. Ben Bounds stayed big, was patient. Nice leading pass in from Gregory Hoffman to Corby. Bigger stop by the goalie.
And one of the reasons that when you get a bench minor like that, it is Gregory Hoffman that will go in to serve it, because when he comes out of that box, depending on where the puck is, he can create something, and he did right there.
5 of his 8 points have been on the power play. Almost robbed of another assist there.
Kurashev dodged a collision there outside the line. 1-1. 5:33 left to go in period 1. This game will be the final game for Great Britain. No relegation. They will be in Finland for the 2022 championship, but still with a chance to not finish at the bottom of the pile. Tied with Belarus right now with 4 points each. Grabbed off by Lewis Hook. He'll get the center and send it in.
That game against Belarus, they had a 4-1 lead. They kind of crumbled near the end. They got the 4-3 victory. Game-winning goal was Mike Hammond for Great Britain.
To the short side for Khrushchev. Ben Bounds makes the save. Heischer trying to center it. That banks off the side of the net. And Lakowitz will turn back up for Great Britain. Tried to get that across for Jonathan Phillips. And that was intercepted, and Great Britain back on the regroup. Phillips up at center. Duggan will send it in. Doesn't get it deep, but it comes back for Phillips. Back for Duggan. Duggan to the backhand, and a save made by Reto Berra. Sven Andrighetto gets to the red line and dumps it in. Off the backboards, grabbed off by Richardson. Richardson had it knocked off of his stick, and Timo Meier looks for some open ice. Meier tried to play it to the short side, looking for Verman. Off the back of the skates of Duggan. Shot by Andrighetto, and he ripped that one over top the net. Siegenthaler tried to play it back for Andrighetto, didn't get enough on it. Comes out at center, Andrighetto back for Verman. He'll take it wide on Phillips, the defenseman, Dave Phillips. And Phillips will now play it for Richardson, but Siegenthaler jumps on it. Andrighetto works it back, lets the shot go from the high slot. Timo Meier spins and fires that over top the net. And Phillips will bank it off the boards out the center. Great Britain trying to change, and some room for Romain Lofel. Puts on the brakes, plays it back to the line. Siegenthaler. Cross ice, Sherway is on the puck. Lofel, Knuckler scores! Romain Lofel, off balance, rolling puck. Fires a knuckler that bounces in front of Ben Bounds and finds the back of the net for his third of the tournament.
It's a good hard D-to-D pass by the Swiss. And Connolly on the far side chases this down and then leaves his post up at the blue line. And this one-timer flutters off the stick. Sherway with the hard cut and turn. And Lofel is trying to get his stick on it. Front of the net, can't be kicked free from Richardson. Sometimes it's not how hard to shoot. And with the traffic, this finds its way in past the right arm of Ben Bounds.
I know it was slow motion, but you could read the IIHF logo as that puck was flipping going into the net.
There's no traffic, that's a stoppable shot for sure for Bounds, of course, but nice play up from the Swiss defense to pass it hard back and forth. And then Sherway with the cut, and Lofel had disappeared then to the middle of the ice.
That is a tough one on Ben Bounds, who has been so good. But yes, the traffic in front, he never really did get a look at it. And Switzerland with the 2-1 lead here in the first. Lofel from Sherway and Siegenthaler. The goal for Switzerland and a 2-1 lead here in the opening period.
So during this game, the Swiss, their energy level starts to climb, and Great Britain's just drops. And that's why most of the play in the last 5 to 7 minutes have been in the Great Britain zone.
Another turnover and a glove save by Red O'Bara on a quick release there from Perlini.
All the offensive chances that Great Britain is getting are off turnovers from Switzerland. A couple in their first shift. The goal for Kirk was a turnover by Corby. And then that offering there, Nicholas Jensen, his tournament is finished for Denmark. So Gregory Hoffman's going to move on. Liam Kirk, this will be his last game as well.
For Patrick Fisher, this game was all about how we play the right way. And I'm not sure he's going to be pleased with everything that he has seen here in the opening 20 minutes.
If you're grading, it's maybe a C, C+.
But you tell us, how hard is this game to play? It's a 12:15 local start. Final day of the round robin. You've played a whole bunch of games in a few days. You're favored by far to win this game. You know you're advancing.
Yeah, I'll say that it's not about the start time as it is about the idea that if you make a mistake, you know it's not going to be that costly. So you're just not that sharp, and you figure, okay, next shift I'll bear down. And we've seen that with a couple of the skill players for the Swiss as this gets knocked out of play. Corby's a good example. The giveaway on the Kirk goal, and then he's able to make some nice plays after Hoffman came out of the penalty box. So it's Patrick Fisher has been in this situation as a player before. That's why he relates to his players. Fisher, 45 years old, recently removed from the game, and it's just so hard to convince yourself that every time you touch the puck, it's the most important play that you need to make against a team that you're better than on paper.
Kurashev takes this wide. Kurashev trying to get around Big Tetlow. Back to the line, Alatello. He'll float that one wide off the backboards, away from Herzog. Fabrice Herzog will play it back at the line. Diaz tried to get it down low, blocked. Herzog's on it. Good save made by Bounds.
Fancy move there by Herzog. That long stick that he uses, he pulls it between his legs, and then he's in a prime scoring area. Good save by the goaltender, Bounds.
Still 1-0, Canada leading Finland. Nico Hischier slow to get up as Alatello rips this one in on Bounds.
Alatello played for Geneva. They went to the final against Zug and lost in 3 games straight. In the second game, he administered a hit to the head of Henrik Tomernes, who was playing for Zug. He got a 2-game suspension, so one that counted for this year, and he's got to carry over that suspension for the first game next year, but he's going to a new team, Lugano. So welcome to the team. I'm sorry, I'm bringing my 1-game suspension with me.
Yeah, you're looking forward to your opening game? Well, looking forward to game 2.
And he's 4,100 Swiss francs lighter in the wallet as well. There's a fine associated with that hit.
Sven Andrighetto's right in the final minute here of the opening period. Berman trying to catch up to a puck that makes its way into the Great Britain zone. Cleared right back out at center. And back forward is Lofel. 3 goals in this tournament for him. A couple of Spengler Cup championships. Taken off the far side boards and flipped out at center ice.
Lofel's a steady defenseman, doesn't try to do too much. But we've seen a couple of his one-timers where he's just wired it. The one that he scored on was an off-speed pitch.
It works, though. And it worked there for him. Berchi gets to center ice, knocked off of his stick. Lofel will send it into the Great Britain zone. Clements will take the pass, goes cross ice. O'Connor will send it around the boards, and period 1 will come to an end.
Switzerland got better as the period went on, but they have a better level to get to as well. Credit Great Britain for making it difficult for them.
Shots 19-7 in favor of Switzerland, and Switzerland with a 2-1 lead, 1 period done.
Are you ready? Guys, here we go.
Nice try.
You stood on my stair.
It's gonna be a boarding 210.
210?
Yeah.
For this one?
Yeah, Rafa. It's gonna be a 210. There's
my
no
God.
other choice.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Watch the goal crease. Roddy. All good here.
Ready?
Gregory Hoffman opened the scoring in this hockey game. Switzerland took the 1-0 lead. 37 seconds later, Liam Kirk tied the game up. Each of those players now with 6 goals in this World Championship. And then Romain Lofel with a knuckler from the line that found the back of the net. Red O'Bara stopped 6 of 7 shots that he faced. And at the other end of the ice, Ben Bounds was much busier, stopping 17 of 19 that came his way.
Last year, Bounds faced 261 shots. He started every game for Great Britain, was injured in their second to last game near the tail end, but rebounded to play in the most important game for them, the overtime victory against France that got them to the championship game here at the World Championship.
Corey Nielsen feels they've been better defensively at this championship than what they were in 2019. Here comes Berchi. We'll get back to that in a second. Berchi the save, Bounds another save. Sherway on it out of the corner. Sherway tried to swing that to the front of the net. Put back in by Noah Rod. And Phillips will clear, and here comes O'Connor.
What they've done throughout these games here at this tournament is they've cleaned up their brutal giveaways in their own zone. There were times, especially in their opening game against Russia, where they were just under siege and they would just throw the puck away, not to anybody or anywhere in particular in their own zone, and it just caused so many ripples that eventually the Russians would tick it around and score. It was a 7-1 loss in their opener.
Corey Nielsen said in league play we can get away with some of that. We can't at this level. Dowd carries in. Dowd gets tied up there with Siegenthaler. Kurashev trying to pull that loose puck out of the pile. It ends up in behind the net, and Romain Lofel sends it on for Nico Hischier.
I found that each level that I went to in professional hockey, it was more structured. The guys were where they were supposed to be, and the errant pass got capitalized upon, as the Swiss are going to keep themselves offside here, that each giveaway caused bigger problems. You know, the American League, as a centerman, when I played there, you're kind of doing 2 jobs in your own zone. You're helping out your defenseman. You're also trying to do things offensively. And you look up, your winger's not there. I get to the NHL, my first season with the Toronto Maple Leafs. When I had the puck, Glenn Anderson was open and on the spot he was supposed to be on the breakout. I could count on that, and then he would count on me getting the puck to him.
Taking it center, and this will get cleared in by Venus. Corby back into his own zone. Puck gets tied up in the corner. And they let the battles continue here. They do not whistle it down. Undersander sends it around for Gregory Hoffman. Hoffman will get to the line, sends it on for Ambule. Scramble on the far side. Just gets stuffed down low by Mosier. Out to the front of the net, got blocked. Captain Phillips will play this in behind his own net for Earhart. Earhart trying to clear, could not, and it's back all the way around the boards. Taken by Timo Meier. Gregory Hoffman, Alatalo from the line. Another bit of a knuckler that went wide. Stuffed into the corner. Myers goes after it. Myers gets tied up there with Joel Verman. And Phillips has the puck. 9th straight year he has been captain of the Great Britain entry at the World Championship. Captain of his club team. Red O'Bara Plays it around the boards, and Sven Ambrogetta will send it on for Diaz. Diaz in turn will send it on, and a long wrister in on bounds from Venus, or rather from Bourbon, and that is grabbed and held. Canada had the early goal in the first period. Finland has the early goal in the second period. It's 90 seconds in for Canada, 71 seconds in for Finland. Arttu Ristolainen, unassisted, has tied that game up 1-1. Canada in a must-win situation. As Sweden was last night against Russia in a game that went down to a shootout.
Sweden was ahead 1-0. Russia scored 2 goals in a short span of time. 12 seconds to take the 2-1 lead in the third, and then the Swedes came back 2.5 minutes later to tie it up. And it goes to the shootout. Tarasenko, the new player on the roster, gets the deciding goal for Russia. They're trying to stay in top Group A, and they'll play later today.
We had a couple of shootouts in this building yesterday. The first one was a bit wacky between Denmark and the Czech Republic. Siegenthaler throws it to the short side.
Yeah, the 4-goalie shootout.
And they do not award a win or a loss. There's a turnover shot. Ben Bounds makes another save. This one off Noah Rod. Thought initially Roman Will was going to get the win by just coming in and making one save in the shootout, but they don't give goaltenders a win or a loss in a shootout. It just goes down as a team stat.
Well, the interesting thing for Denmark is Sebastian Dahm had started and played every single game and minute for his team. Stopped the first shot in the shootout, allowed the next 3 in, and Denmark pulled him, put in Sjogard. The only shot he faced was a goal against. And then on the other end, they pull their goalie, put Roman Will in.
And no one really has a definitive answer as to why the Czech Republic changed goaltenders. It's been everything because it was the gentlemanly thing to do. Here comes Nico Hischier, and Ben Bounds stays with him, and play whistle down, and Hischier is going to get a penalty for goalie interference.
Yeah, this is one of the rules they call in the IIHF that I have a tough time agreeing with. The puck carrier is going to the net. He needs to go to the net to score, and there's no way he's going to avoid the goaltender. If he puts that puck in, it's a goal, and nobody's talking about anything. The goalie makes the save. Where is Hischier to go? Well, the defenseman had a stick on him, both of them kind of at the tail end of that part. Speaker Hischier will sit for 2 or less. Great Britain will go on their second power play of the hockey game.
Just to finish that Czech Republic-Denmark story, that whole thing was prefaced with a power play goal in overtime by Philip Hronek. That video review for an offside after the challenge was successful for Denmark, and then the overtime finished, and off they went to the shootout that was bizarre. And then the Sweden-Russia game, Sweden basically had the puck for the entire overtime. And it went to a shootout. Russia ended up winning it with the goal from Tarasenko. Here it's a 2-1 game, and Great Britain will go back to the power play as Nico Hischier to the penalty box. Only the 17th time in this tournament that Switzerland has been shorthanded. Hammond plays it back for Liam Kirk. He'll play give and go. Kirk gets it back inside the line, being pressured there by Birchie. Sends it down for Hammond into the slot. Save made by Bear. Rebound, score. Liam Kirk has another one.
Just a wonderful tournament, a wonderful story. And Liam Kirk is finding goals all over the place. Power play marker for Great Britain to tie the score is the important part. Kirk has it. He'll move it down to the below the goal line. This rebound comes to him, pushes it right past everybody. Redo Barrow's trying to get to his right, and Diaz is trying to be a goalie. Birchie's trying to be a goalie. Goalie can't really play goalie. It's underneath him and in. 7 goals for Liam Kirk to lead the tournament.
And that's a goal scorer's goal. There's all sorts of bodies in front of the net. The netbinder's there, just slips under his pad and goes in. So no matter what happens in the final minutes in this game, Liam Kirk will go home with a goal-a-game average in the 2021 World Hockey Championship. And that's pretty good. In across for Modit. Tried to get it deep, could not. Flip back up, and here comes Duggan. Duggan with the shot to the short side. Red O'Bara gets the arm on that. Modit had it, lost it. Matthew Myers tried to control it. And finally it does get out at center. And O'Connor will play it back into his own end for Swindlehurst. Back for O'Connor. He'll go rink wide, but ooh, how close was Lakowitz to touching that puck before his feet were on the ice. And this will get sent back down the ice. And Bounds will leave it for Swindlehurst. On for Lakowitz at center and back for Swindlehurst. He'll send it cross ice. Clements will play it deep. Played off the backboards. And Untersander will send it on. Mosier to center ice, and Andrighetto will play it in. Untersander back for Mosier. Wrist shot, Bounds the save. Scooped away from the front of the net. Untersander has it again. Gets it back for Andrighetto. Andrighetto tried to get that down for Timo Meier beyond his reach. This gets tracked down by Berman. Back to the line, Andrighetto. Little toe drag. Gets away from Betteridge from the line. Untersander ripped it wide. And it comes off the glass, and Clements will clear it down the ice. But this will be an icing call. Nope, icing gets waved off. And now the long lead pass for Timo Meier. Meier in against Tetlow. Kurashev on the loose puck. Kurashev in the high slot, fires through traffic. That never got through. Short side try, save made. As Timo Meier got a whack at it. Back at the line for Mirko Mueller. Back in the lineup, missed the last three with an elbow problem. Heischer will drop for Mirko Mueller. Mueller floats this in. That's off the right arm of Tetlow. Back to the near side. Kurashev misses the open net. Heischer's on it. Sends it back at the line for Mirko Mueller, but big-time pressure here now. Two shifts in a row for Switzerland. Mueller, Alatello. He'll play it down for Heischer. Shot to the short side off a stick. Mirko Mueller will draw it in. Plays it down for Kurashev, who had that glorious chance. Back up for Mirko Mueller. Holds the line. Gets knocked down by Ben Lake. Penalty coming up on the play. It's going to go to Mirko Mueller. And it'll be tripping and a power play when we come back. Nope, penalty is to Great Britain. Ben Lake will go to the penalty box for tripping as Mueller was going down. His stick came up. And it looked as though when Mueller got up, he went straight to the referee. He might have even thought that he was getting the penalty. But Switzerland goes to the power play for the second time. Diaz jams out across, but intercepted by Matthew Myers. He'll play it on, shot to the short side by Phillips. That got turned aside. After it goes Gregory Hoffman. Hoffman gives way to Myers, and Myers will play it back into his own zone. And David Phillips will lift it all the way down on Red O'Bara.
how things unfolded for Great Britain. They were running around in their own end. They iced the puck after a long shift, had an even longer shift afterwards, and just an errant stick into the feet. Draws that tripping penalty.
Off the stick of Gregory Hoffman, and back in for Betteridge. Betteridge, the wrist shot, and he ripped that one over top the net. And now right back in on power play for Timo Meier. And that pass, not enough on it, as he was looking for Ambule, intercepted and cleared down the ice. Alatalo. Little tight turn, feeds it on for Nico Hischier. Hischier hits the line, gets away from Connolly, spins it back for Alatalo. He'll go across ice for Lofel. Lofel back up top, taken by Alatalo, down for Lofel. Lofel looking for a lane, walks it in, fires and bounce, gets a blocker on it. Hischier back for Enzo Corvi. Corvi will take it, puts it into the high slot for Alatalo. The shot, score! Nico Hischier at the side of the net had this go off him. And a power play goal for Switzerland, and Switzerland has regained the lead.
Friendly bounce for Switzerland after they move it around the outside up top and finally get it towards the net. Back to the point, Hischier is at the front of the net. It goes, as it bounces around, ticks Hischier. The defenseman in front is trying to block this. That was a weird one, but it counts.
See whether they give that goal to Alatalo or whether it is Hischier's tally. But a goal for Switzerland on the power play. Shot, score! In off the rush, and Switzerland has opened up a 4-2 lead with two quick ones.
Around 13 seconds off the rush. Berchi with his stick down and deflects it up over the blocker of Ben Bounds. So Great Britain could barely compose themselves. This face-off is contested into feet. And then a quick up to the middle. Relief to the outside. Go to the net with your stick on the ice. And that's a real deft deflection. So Sherway with the saucer pass that lands right at the right time for Berchi to stick upstairs. Bounds was going to try to catch that puck coming towards him, but the stick was in front of that, and Berchi gets another goal. That's his second here at the tournament.
5 points for him now. 9 NHL games played for Berchi with Minnesota, picking up 1 assist. Now plays in Luzon. Sherway, after this, into the Great Britain zone. So a couple of quick ones. And in looking for more. And a save made by Bounds on the short side. Off of Modded. Back in for Mosier. Mosier takes it around the net. Yanis Mosier at the line. Hunter Sanders sends it in. Bounds the save. Loose puck. And grabbed off by Matthew Myers. His pass off a skate. And Tetlow will send it on for Jonathan Phillips. Phillips back into his own end for Richardson.
So back-to-back goals in 13 seconds. Opens this game up for Switzerland.
Berchi from Sherway after Alatalo from Corvi and Hischier is the scoring play on that. Liam Kirk plays this down, gets it back. Save made by Red O'Bara as Liam Kirk was looking for the hat trick.
Connolly stirring things up in the front of the net, and
4-2, Switzerland with the lead here in the second period. Liam Kirk that close to a hat trick with a great opportunity. Game 1 against Russia had a goal. Game 2 against Slovakia had a goal. Did not score against Denmark. Had 2 against Belarus. 1 against Sweden. Did not score against the Czech Republic. And has 2 in this game and very close to 3. Kirk sends it back to Connolly. Connolly's shot blocked. Kirk in a battle at the side of the net with Rafael Diaz. And the puck is gathered in and cleared on for Herzog. Fabrice Herzog on for Khrushchev. Backdoor chipped wide by Nico Hischier. Didn't get enough on it. Stolen now by Herzog. Herzog to the short side. And Bounds will get that into his mitt and hang on to it.
Swiss are at their best when they attack with speed, going up ice. They don't try to complicate things. There's a shot from Connolly. It's deflected, goes off the shaft of the stick of the goaltender. And this is the Kirk chance from earlier. This goes off the right arm of Reto Berra, who has faced 14 shots. But the 2 goals in 13 seconds here in this second period has turned the tide in favor of Switzerland.
Well, Great Britain went home after a victory last year. An overtime win against France. They were down 3-0, came back to win it on an overtime winner from Ben Davies, who was not dressed for this game. And here, down 4-2. They were in a 2-2 tie, but 2 goals 13 seconds apart. And Switzerland has opened up a 2-goal lead. Lofel sends it across, return pass intended for Andrighetto. And on the backtrack, Lakowitz got a stick on that and deflects it up and out of play.
For Liam Kirk, there's only 1 game that he didn't register a point, and that was against Belarus. And the one thing about him that I've noticed, you like to teach players to do this, a lot don't, but when he gets closer to the net, his stick is below his knee. I mean, he's ready for any puck that's going to pop out to be able to shoot. A lot of guys, they get kind of hunched over in their stick. They hold it near their waist level, straight across, looking for things, hunting down, but they don't get their stick down in time. He's always got it below the knee, close to the net for Kirk to put anything back towards the goalie.
Puck is jammed up in the corner. Tetlow trying to bat it ahead for Perlini. Berchi comes out of the pile. It comes back for Lofel, back for Sherway. Blocker save made by Bounds. Berchi on the rebound, flips it for Noah Rod. Back for Mosier. Mosier into the slot, shot by Sherway, went wide. Off the boards for Yanis Mosier. He'll pull it into the slot, looking for a lane to shoot. Lets it go, and it goes off Ben Lake and out of play.
It was about this time in the first period as well that the Swiss started taking over. Later in the period, their energy level stays high. Great Britain, their energy level just drops a little bit. And when that happens, you do see the difference in execution, the difference in doing things with speed. Patrick Fisher, the 45-year-old, who was an assistant coach in 2013 and 2014 at the World Hockey Championship, and has been now here for 5 straight years behind the bench.
47 goals for Liam Kirk in 2 years with the Peterborough Petes. Back in 18, 19, 19, 20. So just 21 years of age, and has enjoyed Riga. He has found the net now 7 times. Enzo Corvi gets to center. Corvi hits the line. On for Modit, back for Corvi. Ambiel waits for it on the far side. Ambiel gets rubbed out. Modit on the loose puck, sends it back for Corvi. Corvi, a little stutter step, tried to get around the checking of Phillips, could not. And David Phillips on for Jonathan Phillips, and he'll get it back into the Switzerland zone. Up at center for Corvi and on for Modit. Puts on the brakes. Tried to get it back down low again. Didn't get enough on it. And an easy clear for O'Connor on for Liam Kirk. And Kirk centers that, but it's picked off by Nico Hischier. Boy, there's some jump to the stride of Liam Kirk.
Great to see. He was talking earlier to British television about what this tournament means to him, for his team to finish not last. And improve upon some of the things from their 2019 journey to the World Championship.
So they do have the tiebreaker with Belarus, so regardless of what happens in this game, there's a chance in front of the net, a cross-ice pass, and a misfire by Herzog. Plays it back for Lofo. Lofo ripped it, and Bounds will make the save and hang on to it, and we will get a face-off in the Great Britain end of the ice. Maxim Comtois has scored for Canada. Canada up on Finland 2-1 there. Here the shots are 35-14 in favor of the Swiss. And Switzerland with a 4-2 lead with 5 left to go here in the second period. Sven Andrighetto the shot. Deflected in front, went wide. And this will get sent back, and back forward is Untersander.
Switzerland put up 42 shots against Belarus their last game 2 days ago in that 6-0 win.
Earhart will snap this ahead. Earhart, born in Calgary, a product of the Calgary North Stars program. Spent some time in the Western Hockey League with 3 different teams, including Brandon, Prince George, and Moose Jaw. Taken in the corner by Mosier. He'll drop it back. And on the loose puck, Joel Vermin gets to center. On for Andrighetto. Andrighetto slides it in. Swindlehurst breaks it up. On for Tetlow. Tetlow 6'6", Swindlehurst 6'4". Both well over 200.
Tetlow's really adept at blocking shots, especially on the penalty kill for Great Britain, which also was improved upon. O'Bara holds this one. Last year, last World Championship in 2019, Great Britain allowed 12 power play goals against in 23 opportunities. It was a detriment to their ability to stay in hockey games. And this year, just 6 power play goals against, including the latest one for Switzerland.
A regulation win over Belarus and an overtime loss to Denmark is how Great Britain got the 4 points. And that's where they sit tied with Belarus. But they do have the tiebreaker on Belarus because of that win.
And Belarus will tell everybody about their win against Sweden.
Shot deflected, score. Berchi has another. Diaz gets it to the net. Berchi gets a stick on it, and it's 5-2 as Switzerland has scored 3 straight.
The entry into the zone. Sherway is going to get it back to the point. This is just thrown towards the net by Diaz. Berchi is facing that shot. Diaz gets it to the net and knocked down. That's a good hand-eye, and then just off the inside of the post. So Berchi with back-to-back goals. It's hard to tip it when it's that close to your feet.
Might have been a double tip on the way in. We'll see how they rule this, but Berchi gets his second of the period. Icing call here against Great Britain, and Christian Woolman having a little smile there with Christoph Berchi.
Credited in building to Berchi. That's a couple of quick goals for him in this second period.
Diaz and Sherway. So 3 assists now in the game for Kristen Sherway. And Bounds will hang on to that. So 2 goals for Berchi, 2 goals for Kirk. But after it was a 2-2 tie, there's Berchi's first. He adds another.
Great Britain, in games like this, they will learn, but they don't have that ability to kind of stem the tide. They don't have, other than Liam Kirk, like a big game breaker that they can take the puck and get it to the other end and do some things offensively. It's times like this where they have to get better in their own end, make sure they relieve the puck far enough down the ice they can change properly, or it'll just turn from a little hill to a big mountain.
Ambuel will play this in, 51 points in this tournament or in the World Championship play for Andrus Ambuel. He has taken over top spot as far as Switzerland's scoring is concerned at the World Championship. Ben Bounds with yet another good stop as that one changed directions. He fought it off with his glove. Duggan goes after it. Alatalo ties him up at center. Gregory Hoffman, who has a goal in this game. Hoffman plays it on for Ambuel. Ambuel throws it back for Hoffman, ends up in the corner. Modit is on it. Comes back to the line. Untersander for Mosier. Mosier down for Herzog. Herzog gets into a battle there with Tetlow. And the puck ends up in behind the net for Earhart. He'll spin to get away from Herzog. Dumps it for Tetlow. Tetlow up at center. Redirect there by Dowd. On for a Hook. Lewis Hook takes it wide. Couldn't get a backhander through, and now it's turned over and back up for Nico Hischier for Kurashev. Kurashev has Hischier in the slot, scores! Give and go, Kurashev and Hischier. And Hischier finds the back of the net, and it's 6-2 with 4 straight now for Switzerland.
Great Britain, you can see they're just out of gas. Even though they had the 2 days off to come into this game, it was a pace they had to keep up with. In the first, it fell off for them, and now here in the second with the speed, and it's the gaining the zone for Switzerland has become more easy as this period's gone on, and Hischier is able to shoot it back against Ben Bounds. Kurashev holds, little 10-2 with the skates, and Hischier makes sure this goes up over the blocker.
And the entire play started with what looked like it might be a scoring chance for Lewis Hook. And then he just ran out of room. And the speed of Switzerland that you talked about earlier that would be a difference in this game, we saw it there.
And that's what Patrick Fisher, the coach, wants for his team to bring into their next game. When they get to the quarterfinals, it's attacking with speed. They weren't able to do that against Sweden. They lost that game 7-0. Russia played them physically, and they had a second period in that game where they just couldn't find any offense. But here they're gaining the zone.
Shot by Timo Meier. That goes into the shin pads of Ben O'Connor. Rebound is grabbed off. Getting knocked down in the play was Andrighetto. And the puck around for Liam Kirk. Liam Kirk tied this game up at 2-2. And then Alatalo, Berchi, and Hischier for Switzerland. Timo Meier spilled, and Timo Meier gets up slowly.
So for Switzerland, it's 4 goals in 7 minutes and 38 seconds. They had 2 in 13 seconds and then 2 in a minute 36. And between those time periods, they were still playing in the offensive zone.
Timo Meier over at the Switzerland bench getting a little attention. Here comes Ben Lake. Lake puts on the brakes against Romain Lofel. Noah Rod jams it up the boards into the final minute here of the second period. Siegenthaler, he'll leave it for Berchi. Berchi the lead pass for Noah Rod. Rod sends it across. Sherway tried to get it to the front of the net. That got blocked. Berchi stays on it, back at the line for Lofel, walks in, tees it up, ripped it wide. Siegenthaler will rip it from the left point, and that goes off of Ben Lake and out of play, and Lake felt that.
Siegenthaler just checking in on him. Sherway is able to twist away and get it to the point and get it to the front of the net for a Berchi goal, and to the point to Diaz with the deflection in front. We're celebrating with Berchi, but Tristan Sherway has shown his puck protection skills in this game. 3 helpers for him.
Matthew Myers is the best face-off man for Great Britain. Came into the game at 58.9%. Over 100 IIHF games for him. Shot that gets deflected away. Captain Phillips is after it. Over 125 IIHF games for Jonathan Phillips now, going back to when it started for him with the U18s back in 1998. 4-goal explosion in the back part of the second period for Switzerland, and a 6-2 lead, 40 minutes done here in Riga.
Score of the second period. Switzerland 6, Great Britain 2. Shots on goal in the second period. Great Britain 8, Switzerland 20.
Why can't you get inside?
состоит из множества моментов. Каждый момент приближает тебя к выигрышу. Ближе и ближе. Движение за движением. Касание за касанием. Момент за моментом. И победа у тебя в руках. Лови момент для ставки вместе с Лигой ставок.
Heads up. That's a good goal, boy. Sorry. Hey, what's your stick? Jesus. Right. Good hit, good hit, good hit, good hit.
2 goals in that period for Christoph Berchi. Liam Kirk has a couple in this game as well, and Berchi's looking for some new tape. Get that magic stick all fixed up. We've got a couple of new goaltenders. Jackson Whistle will come in to replace Ben Bounds. Bounds faced 41 shots through 2 periods of play, and he will take a well-deserved seat on the bench with Great Britain. Tristan Sherway with 3 assists. There's Liam Kirk with a couple of goals in this game. 7 for the tournament to lead in that statistical category. And back at the other end of the ice, it is Melvin Neifler who will come in and replace Reto Berra for the 3rd period. Has 30 minutes just under in this championship. Stopped 12 of 15 shots that he faced. And he'll get some time here in the 3rd period.
He came in the game against Sweden as Giannoni was the starter in that one. Allowed 4 goals on 12 shots and was replaced halfway through.
And Timo Meier is back on the bench for Switzerland here to start the 3rd period. He got shaken up late in the 2nd. Siegenthaler in his own zone. Jonas Siegenthaler has played just under 15 minutes of this game for Switzerland, leads them in ice time. Christoph Berchi has won 9 of 14 face-offs. Hoffman has 4 shots on goal. Heischer has 4 shots on goal. Lofel has a goal, and he'll send this deep into the Great Britain zone where Temple will take it.
Jackson Whistle talked about 2019 and a thrill for him to be able to play against Canada. He was put into that game in the 3rd period, stopped all 5 shots he saw as Canada easily won the game against Great Britain in 2019, 8-0.
Western Hockey League Championship for Jackson Whistle. Part of that team, Leon Draisaitl, Dylan Dubé, Josh Morrissey. Siegenthaler in his own zone. Slowly to center on for Timo Meier. He'll direct it in. Snapped around the boards and cleared by Swindlehurst. Duggan will carry it in. Duggan to the short side. Save made by Neifler. And then he gets bowled over.
Sam Duggan with some speed going down the right side. The 22-year-old is going to cut to the net and take the shot at the same time. Neifler's first action. The rebound too, and then Myers goes into the goaltender. And play gets blown down.
Mark Richardson leads Great Britain in ice time. The defenseman with over 14 minutes of play. There's a look at Duggan, who had that burst of speed down the right side. Phillips will hammer this in. Duggan will stuff it back in behind the net. Janis Moser on for Sven Andrighetto. And Andrighetto will send this all the way down the ice. 216 NHL games played for Sven Andrighetto, Montreal and Colorado. So Montreal picked back in 2013.
2 goals and 2 assists coming into this game. 20 shots, not shy to let it fly. To be clear, Liam Kirk wants an opportunity with the Arizona Coyotes. They still own his rights. He'd love to get in a contract, get an opportunity to... Neifler makes a stop there with his right arm. Love to test himself out in the AHL when it gets to that point for him.
Off the boards for Moser, sent ahead by Untersander. Ambuel trying to get that to the front of the net, looking for Joel Vermin. And this gets cleared all the way down the ice, and an icing call here against Great Britain.
Jackson Whistle, 5 years in the WHL. 140 games there. And his playoff numbers, 20-2 in the playoffs. Very impressive young man, and mentioned his dad, David, is going to coach in Britain this next upcoming hockey season to be the coach GM for the Leeds Knights. in the NIHL. That's the league below the top league in Britain.
Rafael Diaz plays it back. Mirko Mueller and Corvi and Dave Phillips. And now Mirko Mueller comes in after Dave Phillips as Enzo Corvi is shaken up.
Making his way over to the bench, but collision in the neutral zone. Phillips hearing it from the Swiss players. The pass up from Mueller. And Phillips stays low, and they have an issue with that leg coming out, that left leg of Phillips. Corvi trying to cut to his right. Phillips committed to the hit and then tried to make himself big to get apart. So they're going to put Mueller in the penalty box for a rough. And they're trying to sort out what they're going to give to David Phillips. It's going to be a power play for Switzerland, so I think there's an extra going to Phillips as well, as he and Mirko Mueller are having a conversation just below us. I don't think we can transcribe all of the words they're saying here on air, but Mueller's not happy with that hit.
So 2 and 4 by the looks of it, you're correct. And a power play for Switzerland. This will be the third power play of the game. So Switzerland will advance. A clean win here, and they're certainly well on their way to that. Will be 3 points. Shot by Ambul. Jackson Whistle makes the save on that. That will bump them to 15 points and in top spot in Group A for the time being. Slovakia and Czech Republic, the second game here, 4:15 local start. So then Czech Republic will have a chance to jump into first place, or into a tie points-wise, and Switzerland would have the tiebreaker there. And then Russia against Belarus. There's a Andrighetto pass, and Jackson Whistle comes across and makes the save. The final game tonight, 8:15 local, Russia against Belarus. And Russia has its finish in its own hands. A win by Russia will give them top spot.
Yeah, they've got the tiebreaker against Switzerland. It's Slovakia who's at the top, trying to see what they can do against the Czechs.
Czech Republic will finish in fourth. And this gets put off the boards, and this gets cleared all the way down the ice.
In that game for Russia, that just a point will help them, but Belarus is, I think, got one foot on an airplane, as they will play their last game and only had the one win against Sweden.
This gets picked up and cleared down the ice by Richardson. And cleared up on the boards. Grabbed off at center. Corvi back on the ice. Plays it on for Lofel. Lofel puts on the brakes. Tried to play it back to the line. Elects to hang on to it. Now plays it back for Alatalo. Alatalo cross ice for Corvi. Corvi in front looking for Kurashev's stick. Intercepted and cleared all the way down the ice.
Encouraging that Corvi is back out there. It's, now he chains up, but that was a tripping call against Phillips. In a game like this, when you talked earlier about what's the mindset for a player, you don't want to get hurt. You don't want to do anything dumb that's going to give you a suspension, because you want to be ready for the quarterfinals. So you're probably going at about 85% until you really need to. And when the score was tied 2-2 early in the second period, Switzerland found that extra 15% for sure after Great Britain and Liam Kirk with his second tied the score at 2. And then 4 straight goals for Switzerland in that middle frame.
Sherway takes it wide, throws it to the front of the net. Save made by Jackson Whistle. And the puck grabbed off by Ben O'Connor. And he'll play it in behind his own net. 6-2 in favor of Switzerland. 14 and a little bit left to go here in the third period. Hammond will take it at center. Hammond sends it across for Liam Kirk. Kirk carries in. Connolly, the other member of that line, waits for it on the near side, doesn't get to him, and Siegenthaler sends it ahead and up at center for Verman. He'll play it for Andrighetto. Andrighetto sends it back in front for Verman. Good save by Whistle, a couple of them with the left pad on that short side. Liam William Kirk will carry it back in, and he'll dump it in. This gets played away by Melvin Neifler.
Whistle's last action was against the Czech Republic, and he injured himself later in that hockey game. And Ben Bounds came in for relief, but that was a 6-1 loss against the Czech Republic.
Diaz sends this ahead, and Earhart will take it for Great Britain. Earhart gets pressured, puck knocked away from him. On it is Timo Meier. Meier trying to center it. Spinning off the check is Nico Hischier. Hischier takes a look back at the left point, finds Siegenthaler, and his blast will find Sam Duggan. And then another blast gets grabbed and held, and then Hischier gets dumped on the play as Mirko Mueller will come out of the box.
The 2021 IIHF app, powered by Skoda. Download it now from the Apple App Store and Google Play. Skoda. Simply clever.
(6-2) the score. Perlini out to take this face-off. NC2A action for him with Michigan State. Played with Torrey Krug. Jeff Petrie was part of that program. This gets dumped in behind the net. So Patrick Fisher, whose team started perhaps a little slowly, 2-2 in the second period, and then 4 straight goals in a matter of 7:38 for Switzerland. Save made by Jackson Whistle, and a little more conversation going on in behind the play. Patrick Fisher followed Glenn Hanlon, took over in 2016 when Glenn Hanlon left for personal reasons. Sean Simpson coached from 2010 to 2014, but Ralph Kruger from 1998 to 2009. And it's Ralph Kruger who gets a lot of deserved compliments with regards to the Swiss program and where it is today.
Yeah, I think you're right with that, as he brought a lot of stability there. Kruger, a very intelligent hockey man, great hockey mind, never unprepared. He had coached previously in Austria and then went over to Switzerland and had a big name and got the attention of the Swiss players.
At the line for Janis Moser, and he'll sail this one right into the glove of Whistle.
Whistle wanted to play it, but there were Swiss players there, and so he kind of is forced to hold on to it.
We got a whistle.
Jackson Whistle, you're right, played in that elite series, those 4 teams that gathered together to play in Nottingham to get some hockey in Britain. And he and Ben Bounds both played for the Panthers and both shared in the victory. The 4 teams had a playoff, final 2 teams against each other. Nottingham beat Sheffield, and Whistle had one of the wins in the 2-game sweep.
Hunter Sander breaks it up, plays it back out at center, and this will get lifted off the stick and over the glass into the play.
In that series between the Coventry Blaze, the Manchester Storm, the Nottingham Panthers, and the Sheffield Steelers, the leading point getter was Tanner Eberle with 27 points in 16 games. If the last name rings a bell, yes, he's a cousin to Jordan Eberle.
They'll face this one off at center ice. Vincent Verplan not in the lineup for Switzerland. Tobias Geiser is out. Lucas Frick is out. Dario Simeon is out with a bad back. And Fabian Heldner is the other scratch for Switzerland. Ben Davies, Mark Garside, Luke Ferreira, Sam Jones, and Kieran Long are the scratches for Great Britain in this game. Mueller with a good bump on Lewis. Hook in behind the net. Berchi goes after it. Comes back to the near corner. Hook back for Phillips. Phillips goes cross ice. Earhart with the shot. Save made by Neifler. And grabbed off and taken by Rafael Diaz. He'll play it back for Mirko Mueller. Mueller will just park there as Switzerland will make a change. Shovels it on for Vermin. Vermin got spilled there by Connolly. Siegenthaler will start it up again, on for Lofel. Puts on the brakes against the checking of Liam Kirk. Back for Siegenthaler, pass up the middle, off the stick of Hammond, and as a result, offside as Ambule was trying to find a lane to the net.
Talked earlier about Ambule and his intelligence, and I marvel at guys that only have a strip of tape on the toe of their stick. The tape on the stick will cushion passes. It'll take the spin off the puck when it's coming to you. And for him, you know, you can handle that puck in that flat part of the blade, but once it gets to the toe, that's when you get a little bit of grip to take the spin away. And boy, he uses every part of that blade with his deceptive passing.
Andrighetto on for Vermin, in for Lofel. He was looking low glove, and Whistle just got enough of that.
It makes your blade lighter, and once you get used to it, then you can really toe drag the puck.
This gets sent in behind the net for Siegenthaler. And Switzerland will control, and on for Andrighetto. He'll play it back for Lofel, and again, he'll just wait there while Switzerland completes the change.
And they're not going to be in a hurry now to force the issue other than off the rush to continue to play well. As Whistle's forced to hold on to this one again.
Tournament started for Switzerland with a 5-1 win over the Czech Republic. They followed that up with a 1-0 win over Denmark. And then a rude awakening as they lost 7-0 to Sweden. And then came back to beat Slovakia. And then they lost 4-1 to Russia. It was 1-1 in the third, and then Russia got 2 quick ones. Alatello sends one in, and Whistle will hang on to that as well. And then came back after that loss with a 6-0 win over Belarus. They outshot Belarus 42-20.
Where they've cleaned things up, as much as Great Britain has had some difficulty in their own end in giving pucks away, but at the tournament in 2019, they had 280 shots against. That is way too much for the 7 games they played. They've cleaned that up, getting to 255 so far.
They've let it slip a little bit the last few games. Sweden had 56, Czech Republic had 46, and Switzerland sitting at 49 right now. Alatello gets to center, and he'll play it back into his own end. Hunter Sander chips this ahead at center. Kurashev lets it get back into the Great Britain end of the ice, right to the back half here of the third period, as Switzerland looking to go to 5-2 with 15 points. Turned over Kurashev, and he tried to slip that to the backside as he was looking for Timo Meier. Dowd will carry it in. Dowd plays it for Perlini. Perlini back to the blue line. A wrister from Swindlehurst off a stick and wide. It comes all the way around the boards, and Clements will chase it down. Back for Earhart. Up the middle, deflected in by Dowd. And Mirko Mueller's back for it. On for Modit. Got away from him, bounced up at center ice. In across the line for Phillips. Phillips lost control of it. Battle for it now in front of the Switzerland bench. Noah Rod spent some time in the San Jose organization, is on it. Plays it for Siegenthaler. Siegenthaler with a wrist shot. That catches Jackson Whistle up high.
Trying to shake that one off. Siegenthaler's not a noted offensive defenseman. He's steady Eddie back there, very physical.
Noah Rod swings his back in behind the net. Bought it. Works it off the backboards. Looks backdoor, trying to find Rod. And Earhart breaks it up. Earhart's pass goes off a skate. He'll get a little bit of help there from Phillips. And now up the boards to the line, but not out. Herzog trying to get that back down deep. Big pile up at the edge of the Great Britain bench. Jonathan Phillips trying to jam it out. Finally it comes loose and on its center, and Duggan sends it down the ice, but he was on his own side of center, and that's going to be an icing call against Great Britain.
They're just going to figure out which players are supposed to get back onto the ice. Corey Nielsen also checking out the players that were there, and his assistant coach, Adam Keefe, said he didn't get much sleep last night, Dennis. Brother Sheldon, coach of the Leafs.
Adam probably stayed up to watch the game.
He did.
And then perhaps had a chat with his brother, or maybe not. The Montreal Canadiens coming from 3-1 down to win that series against the Leafs. And now it'll be Montreal and Winnipeg for a North Division title. Offside called, and we will step aside with 7:28 to go in the third period and a 6-2 lead for Switzerland. Switzerland looking to jump into top spot. Regulation win here, which appears as though that is going to happen. 15 points. Russia would have 14, Slovakia 12. Slovakia will play the Czech Republic in our second game. Czech Republic is with 10 points. So Czech Republic could, with a regulation win, jump ahead of Slovakia in the standings. The only thing that could change at the bottom between Russia and Belarus from a bottom end is a point for Belarus, and they don't finish officially last here in Group A, because they would be tied in points with Great Britain, but Great Britain defeated Belarus 4-3. Neifler with a good save in tight. There's a chance there for Betteridge. On it is Andrighetto.
Russia's going to look at it as any point versus Belarus, and they clinch first. And the Swiss can't finish any worse than second, but they would love to be on the top of the pool, and they wouldn't know who they'll play against in Group B, because those games still need to be played to decide placings on that side.
And Canada still leading Finland 2-1. Max Comtois, the go-ahead goal in the second period.
It's good for him. He's been tagged with a lot of minor penalties and spending more time in the penalty box than normally he would.
Liam Kirk will dish it off, looks for the return pass, score! Brendan Connolly on the backside will pick up his first of this championship, and that will make it a 6-3 game. Liam Kirk will pick up an assist.
This rebound is created from a Kirk shot. The Swiss lose the puck there. Khrushchev. It's back to Kirk to the net. Neifler makes the initial stop, but Connolly has stick position. There's Kirk getting free, give it go. And inside on Luffel. And Connolly won't miss from there.
Hammond should also pick up an assist. And a 6-3 tally here with 6 to go in the third period. Swindlehurst with Hoffman after him. Around for Corby and back for Gregory Hoffman. Hoffman lost control of it in the corner. Perlini will play it back in behind his own net. Turned over at center, and Enzo Corby misfired on his couple of attempts there to play it back into his own end. Now has it, lost it in front of his own net. And Ben Lake a shot, rebound in front. Big save by Neifler. And he will hang on to it as Robert Dowd was staring at an open side, couldn't bury it. Tough shift for Enzo Corby. Remains 6-3. Three assists in the tournament for Robert Dowd. Came oh so close to getting his first goal. It was a tough shift for Enzo Corby. Turned it over a couple of times. Ben Lake had the first chance. At center for Fabrice Herzog, finds a little room, busting in, chips it high, blocker side, put it over the net. Good puck battle there that Herzog was the winner at.
Ben O'Connor in the neutral zone gambled, lost, poked by him, and then elevated at the tail end.
Berchi with 2 goals in this game, plays it around the boards. Herzog is after it. Sherway, the other member of this line, 3 assists in the game for him. Came to the front of the net for Sherway. Save made by Whistle, so Sherway with 3 assists was looking for a goal.
Both teams being a little loose with the puck in their own end here in the last 5 minutes of this game.
Stay with us after the game. Will be the player of the game presentations. Cleared back in behind the net. Finland has tied Canada now 2-2 over in Riga Arena. And that is well into the third period there. Canada gets anything out of that game, they will move ahead of Germany. Germany plays tonight against Latvia. Play gets whistled down. This was gloved ahead. We'll get a stoppage.
Liam Kirk, boy, he can shoot the puck, and here's a couple of examples off the post, low blocker underneath conglomeration of Swiss players, and the give and go, the shot and the rebound is converted by Connolly in front. Liam Kirk, fantastic tournament for him as he came in with 6 points. He's up to 9 points now, and I think there's a lot of people like to see him get a hat-trick goal today.
Well, he's looking for a hat-trick. Berchi's looking for a hat-trick. Sheffield Steelers is where Liam Kirk plays. Carried in across by Timo Meier. Plays it back at the line for Hischier. Little stutter step to get away from Duggan. Hischier plays it back to the blue line. Plays give and go there with Untersander. Couple of Spengler Cup wins for Untersander. He has it back up top, doesn't shoot it. Mosier will take it. Mosier back for Timo Meier. Meier looking backside. That's deflected away. Kurashev has it. Kurashev down for Hischier. Hischier spins away from Myers. Gets away from Earhart. Gets it on for Timo Meyer, back at the line. Untersander near side, and he drills that one in, and Whistle will hang on to it.
Swiss working around in the zone. I think Timo Meyer in this game is always trying to make the hardest pass possible. And there's someone close, but no, he wants to go saucer to the far side of the ice. And in fact, it was him who moved it back to the point, D to D, and then the shot that Whistle was able to hold on to.
317 NHL games for Timo Meyer with the San Jose Sharks. 18-19 was his career year, 30 goals and 66 points.
We've seen him be physical at this tournament, not so much in this game. He was shaken up halfway through, but the game previous, and you know he's going to want to bring that into the quarterfinals.
Mueller tees it up, plays it off the backboards for Enzo Corvi. Corvi trying to get that back for Mirko Mueller. The pass was in behind him. Modit had it, lost it, and now cleared up for Lakowitz. He'll get the center and snap it in off the corner boards. Clements, the defenseman, is in after it. Couldn't get a stick on it, and back up for Corvi. Off the corner boards for Dave Phillips. He'll play it up at center. Ben Lake trying to spin that back for Dowd. Dowd had to put the brakes on. Ben Lake out of Calgary. Played junior hockey in Fort McMurray with the Oil Barons.
We've gone to Sacred Heart University in Fairfield, Connecticut.
Into the corner it goes, into the final 2 minutes. Siegenthaler back at the line, wrist shot off the glove of Whistle and wide. Lofel plays it back in behind the net for Sherway. O'Connor knocked it away from Sherway. Herzog is there. And finally grabbed off by Lewis Hook. On for Ben Lake. Redirect back into his own zone. And Phillips will put this off the boards and out the center ice. Berchi carries it right back in. Berchi taken down there by Robert Dowd. And Ben Lake has the puck. Oh, send a backhander, doesn't get deep, and Mosier's on it. Mosier plays for Siegenthaler, and he'll spin it back for Mosier. Comes out the near side, straight up the ice. On for Joel Vermin. On for Noah Rod. Rod back for Vermin. Back for Rod in front of the net. And he couldn't get a shot away. Back in for Brendan Connolly. Spinorama puts it to the back post. No one there. And Vermin is back up the ice for Switzerland. Rod takes the pass. Noah Rod puts that to the front of the net. Trying to get that for Modit. Back at the line and sent all the way back in behind Jackson Whistle. Liam Kirk for Tetlow. Tetlow on for Clements. And into the final 20 seconds of the 2021 World Hockey Championship for Great Britain.
Well, they came into the tournament ranked 19th in the world. They finished 13th in 2019.
Down low, 2-0 opportunity, and Modit tried to delay long enough to get Jackson Whistle maybe to leave that post, but Whistle hangs his ground and makes the save.
Giveaway, and Modit trying to force this one through, and Whistle closes that off. And the Siegenthaler snapshot off the outside of the bar and the post there on the glove side.
Artur Ristolainen with his second of the game has tied it at 2-2. And that is late in the third period there. Taken by Captain Jonathan Phillips. He'll take it back into the corner in his own end. And this one will come to an end as 4 goals in 7:38 in the second period. Took the game from 2-2 to 6-2, and 6-3 is your final.
Well, the Swiss double up Great Britain in shots. They double them up in goals, and they're going to move on, and the tournament is done for Great Britain. Good showing and improvement from 2019. And Liam Kirk, the best player for them throughout the whole tournament.
1 and 6 will be Great Britain with 4 points. Switzerland will go to 5 and 2 and advance to the quarterfinals.
spēlētājs Lielbritānijas izlasē. Best player of team Great Britain. 17. numurs. Number 17, Mark Richards.
Labākais spēlētājs Šveices izlasē.
Best player of team Switzerland.
55.
Number 55, Roman Luther.
Dāmas un kungi, turpinājumā Lielbritānijas izlases 3 labāko spēlētāju, ko noteikusi katra komanda apbalvošana. Balvas no Starptautiskās Hokeja federācijas 2021. gada pasaules čempionāta oficiālā sponsora Patron.
Ladies and gentlemen, now the award of the 3 best players in the tournament of Team Great Britain that are selected by the team will be presented by Patron, official sponsor of the 2021 IIHF Ice Hockey World Championship.
Labākie spēlētāji Lielbritānijas izlasē.
The 3 best players of Team Great Britain are
Numur 14,
number 14, Liam Kirk,
numur 17
number 17, Mark Richardson,
un numur 33.
and number 33, Ben Barnes.
Dāmas un kungi, lūdzam uzmanību Šveices valsts himnai.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the national anthem of Switzerland.
Nākamā 2021. gada pasaules hokeja čempionāta spēle šeit Olimpiskajā centrā šodien interesē 15.
The 2021 IIHF Ice Hockey World Championship will continue today in the afternoon here in Olympic Sports Center at 4 p.m. For the game, Team Slovakia against Team Czech Republic.
Rafael, 2 dominant back-to-back wins here. How does the team feel right now?
I mean, yeah, the team feels good. When you look back to the games we played, we lost two games against 2 really good teams, and I think other than that was hard work, and I think we deserved those wins. But now, yeah, stage group is over, and now the fun stuff starts.
5 different players found the back of the net for your team today, and I think there's 6 players with 4 points or more in this tournament. What can you say about the depth of your team?
I mean, of course, it's important you have 4 really good lines, and I think that's what you see. We have 4 really good lines, and we try to play with all the 4 lines, try to roll, and gives us energy as well for the upcoming games. And that's, yeah, I mean, that's really good.
You're finishing in at least the top 2, and you've made the quarterfinals now 4 of the last 5 tournaments.
Yeah.
Where does this team need to finish to be satisfied?
I mean, it's always tough to say. Our first goal is always to be in the quarterfinals. We know, like, hockey gets better and better, and gets closer and closer. The teams are better, and I mean, every year there's a team doesn't make the quarterfinals, which is in the top 8, top 6, and of course this year I think we found a way to get in the quarterfinals, and now it's one game. You're the next round, or you're out. And I think try to focus on one game, and then we'll see what happens, and we see what happened on our way.
Thank you. And one more question, and you have to answer in Swiss German.
In Swiss German?
Yes,
okay.
if that's okay.
Yeah.
You guys had a dominant 2-game performance, and you're top 2 in your group. How do you bring this into the next stage in the quarterfinals?
Ja, ich glaube sicher gut, dass wir jetzt da in der Vorrunde gut abschließen können. Und ja, jetzt fängt Viertelfinale an. Viertelfinale wissen wir immer, es wird extrem knapp, es wird extrem hart. Es ist ein Spiel, es sind 60 Minuten, vielleicht noch Verlängerung. Und nachher dann entweder kommst du weiter oder fliegst heim. Und ich glaube, das muss sicher unser Mindset sein, dass wir parat sind, dass wir von Anfang an gierig sind auf das Spiel. Und nachher dann schauen wir, wie es rauskommt.
Thank you, Rafael.
Thank you, thank you.
Liam, I know you finished this tournament on a loss, but every opposing coach said you were one of the hardest working teams. What can you say about Great Britain's effort this week?
Yeah, I think, like you said, I think for other teams' coaches to say that, I think it shows just how much we care about playing the right way and just trying to work. We're not the most skilled team or the fastest team, but we definitely have, I think, the most heart and most desire and passion. So I think, we're disappointed with the result tonight, but we're definitely, happy with the full tournament.
There were some monumental moments for your team this week. First regulation win. You finish as the leading goal scorer of this tournament. How far has this team come?
Yeah, it's come a long way. Like you said, our first time back in Pool A for a while was in Kosice, and we wanted to make sure that we stayed up and we built on that. They know there's no relegation this year, but we wanted to come and just prove that we can still play at this level, and I think we've done that.
You're going to be in Finland next year. How do you evolve your game?
Yeah, I think, is that me personally or the team? Or
either or, both.
Yeah, I think for us, I think this year we didn't play a lot. The whole team, we hardly had a regular season. So for us to come in and compete the way we did shows a lot. So I think we just need to learn from the mistakes this tournament and take a lot of positives as well, and just keep building and getting better.
How do you think you've inspired some kids back home to maybe pick up the stick and play hockey?
Yeah, I think it shows just the way our national team's developed, and for me personally, I went through the ranks, the under-18s, under-20s, and now the national team. So I think it just shows that there's a pathway, and hopefully many more kids start playing the game and they love it as much as we all do.
Thank you very much.
No worries, thank you.